woman just wants to prove there are no such thing as ghosts. She took a camera and dove headfirst into a coffin lying down next to a fresh corpse. She even had her brother seal the coffin shut from above. Then she was buried alongside the corpse. She set the camera to night vision mode to record what would happen inside the coffin. There was a local legend that evil people would be punished in their graves after death. The corpse next to Annie was a bad guy. She wanted to prove that this ridiculous claim was true. Annie held the camera all night long. Except for her breathing and the smell of decay, there was nothing unusual. The next day, her brother opened the coffin and was relieved to see that Annie was fine. Annie ran to the TV station for an or view. She told everyone that ghosts don't exist. But when she was about to broadcast the video, she found that the video had been turned into a mosaic. Annie knew that her brother must have done it, so she ran to confront him. Her brother said that he had indeed switched the videotape. He didn't want his sister to be obsessed with this anymore, and he didn't want her to be immersed in the pain of the past. It turned out that more than 10 years ago, the brother and sister had a happy family. But suddenly one day, a religious man came to their bakery. Because he had done bad things in his life, he was afraid of being tortured by the gods after death. So he ended his life on the street, hoping that the gods would forgive him after death. Annie's parents kindly tried to stop him, but this accidentally led to their deaths. Since then, Annie has harbored hatred in her heart. Growing up, she couldn't understand why these people were afraid of being tortured after death, but never felt ashamed when they did bad things. So she crawled into a dead man's coffin to prove to everyone that there were no ghosts or gods. Annie was a caregiver at a nursing home, and the deceased was a wealthy man whom Annie had cared for when they first met. Annie recognized this devil in human form. The wealthy man used fundraising as an excuse to satisfy his special tastes. Annie's brother was one of them. Now the rich man has gotten his comeuppance. He has cancer and doesn't have much time left. Soon the rich man dies. Annie seizes the opportunity to enter the coffin with this evil man. After a whole night of filming, it turned out that there was no such thing as a god. However, that night, as Annie looked at the photos and reminisced about the past, she suddenly heard a strange voice calling her. The voice was actually from the dead rich man. Annie was so scared that the hairs on her body stood on end. She slowly walked into the rich man's room and the ghostly voice floated around the room. Annie thought it was a hallucination and rubbed her eyes. The black shadow disappeared. The next second, an old lady suddenly appeared. The old lady was also someone Annie served. She came running in the middle of the night to tell Annie that her husband often had dates with the young nurse. She hoped Annie could help stop them. Then Annie went to the old man's room. The old man hurriedly apologized to the lady. Although the lady had dementia, she had zero tolerance for such matters. She said that the old man was so disgusting that he would surely be punished by the gods after death. The lady felt so sick that she vomited. She then washed the clothes clean, but accidentally dropped the ring into the washing machine. She actually crawled inside to look for it, but then a terrifying thing happened.